But moving forward, in other Kanye West news, Big Sean has come out publicly, finally addressing the Kanye West disrespectful act, I would say. Publicly disrespectful act. He literally picked up an RIP sign during his Drink Champs interview, Kanye West, and referenced it to what he would say on his grave. Like, this is or tombstone. What do you call it? Like a
tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
This is my tombstone on my grave. It would say the worst thing I did in my life was sign Big Sean. And that shit hurt me, and I'm not even Big Sean. So imagine how Big Sean felt. So Big Sean, the day that the interview was released, was already getting called by Nori to be invited for Drink Champs.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly Nori was like, this is not for that. It was already slated, but now you have something else to talk about. Mm-hmm. And if you watch the new Big Sean interview, it really leans towards that because it's like almost 4 hours, like 3.5 hours. But then the majority of the interview in the beginning, it's like Big Sean's life story. Very dope. I love the interview. And then towards the end, they saved like the Kanye talk almost on purpose because they don't want to be like, yo, this is like, we respect you. Like, this is your interview still. You know what I'm saying? It's not just for the clickbait shit that's going to happen. But we are going to get to that. But let's pay respects to you and give you your flowers. So I love that interview. If you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. Everyone is really dope, especially Big Sean. I do think that he deserves his respect in the midst of his sort of like, what you would call it. I don't know. Like his sort of like slow momentum right now. He's still putting shit out. He's still getting attention, but it's definitely not up there like how it could be. But he's still fucking Big Sean at the end of the day, right? And then they talk about specifically his issues with Kanye West. So for those who don't know, this is Big Sean's side of the story. And this was what Big Sean was talking about. He's saying, if you watch the Kanye clips, Kanye called him out for not supporting him in his like political race and during the Trump times and all that stuff. According to Kanye, he didn't support him, Big Sean, right? And aside from that, it was all towards alluding, because Kanye wasn't too concrete, but it was like alluding towards loyalty. But then Big Sean literally combated all the shit that Kanye said, and he combated it with facts, and he broke it down really well, in my opinion. And it made Kanye look kind of like, yo, like people already thought like, he might be jumping the fence here, like what the worst thing you've done in your life. Like, we love Big Sean. He's not that bad. He's maybe not too good now. But then if you listen to the Big Sean thing, it validates that even more, that feeling of like, damn, Kanye was wrong. Because Big Sean says he hired an auditor that, for those who don't know what an auditor is like a legally going through, for lack of better terms, like going through your receipts of everything you've done. So for him being signed to Def Jam, under Good Music and Def Jam, during his record label years or record contract years and stuff, he hired the auditor to look at every single expense and every single, what do you call it? Expense. And what's the opposite of expense? I forgot. The earnings. Expenses and earnings, everything that came out of his pockets or from his contract, right? Mm-hmm. And they narrowed it down to Big Sean being owed by Good Music, or whoever was in charge of the situation at Good Music, in total around $6 million. Like around there. So he gave a number, and then Big Sean was like, yo, to be honest, man, like think about it. That's life-changing money. Like that would change my life right now. I have money. I want to invest in things, but it's like $6 million is $6 million. And he's like, Kanye West is up like $5 billion, So it's like, that's not money for him. It's pocket change, right?
Yeah.
But then that's where it's like Kanye's thing was more like about loyalty. But then Big Sean addressed the loyalty. Whereas, like, bro, I was basically the face of Good Music. He, obviously, this is something that I can argue a bit, right? Because let's take Kanye West out the equation, right? For Good Music, the label. Let's say, in your opinion, Malone, think of all the artists. Let's state the artists first before we break it down. So we have who was signed to Good Music. We know 2 Chainz, Common, right? I guess. But let's take Common. Common doesn't count, I think, because Common, he was big before the Good Music signing. Let's not count Common. Let's younger acts. Travis Scott. But this, I would say, even Travis Scott, he counts, but it's kind of prior to Astroworld and stuff. it was like an early Travis. So early Travis.
Big Sean, Big Sean was, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You got to compare them like early Travis, 2 Chainz, Big Sean. I feel like I'm leaving someone out that was Sci-Hi. But Sci-Hi is like big artist.
No.
He's a writer.
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor, she didn't really have her Big Sean moments. So it's like Big Sean was like, yo, I literally had the label on my back. So it's like
out of the people you named, Big Sean would have been the biggest one.
Yes.
And
we all remember his
Big
verses.
Big Sean and 2 Chainz, but a lot of the times they work together and Big Sean would outshine him.
You remember what was that song? Mercy, Lamborghini Mercy, with Big Sean's hook and Big Sean's verse, like opening the song.
Click.
Yeah, Click was a big one. Ain't nobody. That was Big Sean's hook too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I do see it where it's like Sean is right, man. So even with the loyalty, is like, it's just a miscommunication. At the end of the day, they gotta sit down and talk, right? But it's sad for Kanye to say the motherfucker was the worst
Kanye
thing.
Forced it, bro. Forced it. You can say loyalty,
I would never
whatever.
do that to my
bro,
niggas.
if I don't
That's
agree with your political views and shit,
Yeah.
my whole loyalty, I'm going against you fully. That's not how it is. You feel me? It's not like Big Sean. You signed him and shit like that, and guess what? He fucked your girl right after or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, and listen.
He didn't fucking agree with your political views.
And
I don't agree with your
thing.
political views.
A lot of people didn't. I didn't.
You feel me?
I didn't agree with his. But listen to this. But Big Sean, right? He didn't confirm whether he necessarily did or not, right? You can say he kind of probably didn't, because who knows? Mm-hmm. But aside from like what he genuinely felt, his loyalty. Listen to these 2 facts. The first person to ever tweet on Twitter, Kanye West for President, was Big Sean in 2012. And that tweet is still up. It says hashtag Kanye West for President.
Yeah.
In 2012. Aside from that, Big Sean has confirmed that he was there with Kanye when they went to visit Trump. He was there on the plane with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. He went to visit Trump with them. Really? So he was there.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. Like, these are things like, it gives you more perspective. It's like, I get it, man. The guy is like, we cannot let this guy be sort of like bullied or whatever the energy is, like being little, what do they call it, little broed? When someone's like little broed, like being little broed by Kanye, belittled by Kanye.
Yeah.
Because he's speaking his facts. And it's like, it's honest. I believe him. If you watch the interview, you can believe him. It's like, I don't think that motherfucker's lying. It would be hard if he's lying, then give that motherfucker a Grammy. Or not a Grammy, Oscar. give him a Grammy too. I think he won a Grammy before for last One Man Can Change the World. I used to love that song.
Yeah, song smacks.
But it's crazy, man. The fact that this is happening. I mean, play the clip, Marlon, actually. I think I put 2 clips. Now that I think about it, because I want people to actually see. You can kind of see the sincerity in his eyes.
I'm trying to open this shit.
There's 2. There's 2 short ones I screen recorded and put.
I feel like I'm the only one who stayed.
Shit, I don't want to open them.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
It was a personal.
I think I got it.
Affected me personally. Because I feel like I'm the only one who stayed that long for good music. So yeah, it was a personal. It affected me personally, bro. And
I'd be.
He texted me the next day and said, "I want to meet with you and your mom to begin healing on both sides." And I was angry.
That's Big Sean. But some people hate him, but I love him.
I feel like I'm the only one who stayed that long for good music. So yeah, it was a personal. It affected me personally, bro. And he texted me the next day and said, "I want to meet with you and your mom to begin healing on both sides." And I was angry.
So he did. That's such a Kanye thing to do, though. That's such a Kanye thing to do.
He just dogged this shit, and now he's just fucking.
Bro, and he probably felt like, yo, I dogged him. Damn, I might have teed, but let me not apologize. Let me. I want to meet with his mom and family to begin healing on both sides. Which sounds perfect, but nigga, this man, apologize first or call him. I don't know. Like, handle that differently. But then Big Sean, I think, didn't even respond yet because he was so heated. He's still heated. But then he's like, now reflecting. Now, this clip, play it too.
He's like trying to downplay what the fuck he.
Because I felt like that's where a lot of.
And by the way, I was there today when he met with Trump on the plane with him.
Get out of here.
See, so it's like, you could just see, you could just hear and feel the honesty and sincerity. You heard Nori, get out of here. Nori was so shocked about everything that Big Sean was saying. He thought he was almost lying.
Nori stays on that shit.
And he was almost like kind of not riding for Kanye. I think Nori, now I'm looking back at it, he was trying to be sort of as like the interviewer, a bit more neutral. But he did recently hang out with Kanye for mad days and like did the interview with Kanye. They were kicking it. So he was kind of a bit, I would say a little bit biased towards Kanye.
Still though, that statement is so fucked up though.
Yeah.
That statement is too much.
Bro, in the visual. Sean, I think it was there. He was kind of joking at Nori, like, why is it still here? The tombstone. Like, it was there. And, like, and he grabbed it. It's like, why is this shit, like...
Yeah.
And then Nori was like, no. That was during Halloween. It was a Halloween episode. Don't worry about it. But it's like, come on. They knew, like, Big Sean was coming. They could have taken that tombstone out of there. Like, yo, that's crazy. If I was him, I would have snapped that shit in half. Because that's the foam. That's the foam ones that they sell at Dollar Tree, if I'm not mistaken. So that's crazy, man. I hope that they reconcile. I think they will. You know, it's not that much money for Kanye. I know that. But I think money aside is like, I think it's bigger than money. Like, Kanye seems to be very heavy on that loyalty thing because Big Sean is the blueprint hip hop come up story.
Yeah.
You remember his story, right, where he rapped at a radio station and he was free. He went to a radio station because he heard Kanye was there. He chased him down, I think outside the radio station, like down the steps, like leaving the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And then he caught Kanye and he rapped to Kanye. And then Kanye was like, yo, rap to me while we're leaving. And he kept rapping to him. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to be in touch, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or like blah, blah, blah. And then he didn't hear from Kanye for months.
Mm-hmm.
And this is pre-social media. So it's not like, it's like impossible to like even check like if Kanye's even really talked about you or like even hinted like, so it's like all up in the air.
Yeah.
And then months later, he reaches out to him and then signs him. So then his life changes. But then Big Sean was very optimistic. He didn't do shit really, like, he didn't change his plans or nothing. He really was, like, waiting for the Kanye cosign that he knew he really felt like he was going to reach out for real.
Yeah.
And then Kanye really did. And then look at Big Sean's life now and career now. So it's almost like father-son vibes. Like a very, like, yo, like, I put you on literally, like, and he says it like, I owe my whole career to Kanye. But it's like, that doesn't give you the right to disrespect the man publicly and be like, this is the worst shit that's happened in my life.
The one question in loyalty now should be Big Sean.
Yeah. That's what I would say. That's what I would do
me?
if I was Sean. You know, because at the end of the day, that's some real shit right there. And Kanye is not like that type of person, I think.
He said that shit publicly.
So I was caught off guard.
You feel me?
It was
publicly,
raw.
bro.
It was very raw.
You feel me? That wasn't like, yo, Kanye texted me and he told me this and this. No, he said this shit to the fucking world.
Yeah. That was raw. He said a lot of shit during that interview, but that one was so raw.
Quote unquote jokingly. But I didn't, come on, that wasn't jokingly, bitch.
That's not something you joke about.
Come on, bro.
That's not something you joke about.
Like, what?
Trust
come on.
me. There's
if I was Big Sean, bro, I would have throw hands with me right now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Come on.
Big Sean be boxing. He could probably knock Ye out.
Probably.
You know, but Ye been thicky. Ye been getting thicky too. Ye been getting thicky. He been going to the gym and like having his little arm vibe. So
They gonna love me for my ambition.